Oh, God, you.
To Canada. Alpha Sulu, I want to come to Abuja.
Sure, Brand.
Is everything you want to do, man? No wahala.
Okay, no problem.
Captain, you need to sing happy birthday for me. Today is my birthday now.
So sorry. I'm waiting for the house to be complete. I didn't forget.
That's wonderful.
Oh yeah, now happy birthday to
Wait. Don't let us do it now. Let's do it to round up the meeting.
Already.
Let's do it to round up the meeting.
She's
Don't let Favas convert this. Don't let Favas convert this meeting to a birthday celebration, virtual birthday.
Good morning.
All right. So, that's too big for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so Captain, we are ready.
Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I'm so happy to see all of your faces, wonderful faces, beautiful faces. I appreciate you guys for coming at a short notice. I just gave you a less than 12 hours notice for this meeting, and that was because of what arose yesterday when I was on the Nanta AGM, and I couldn't see any of you, and I also got the notification very late, but then I was able to quickly connect, but then I didn't see any one of you on the group, and I discovered, I wasn't expecting that very important topics will be discussed in the AGM, 10-minute lectures that they actually brought up from the guest speakers, and I started looking for everybody. Well, where are my family members here? I didn't see Fabvax, I didn't see Mr. Muiwa, I didn't see class captain. I said, let me forward it to the group. So I kept on checking throughout to the end of the meeting, and then I was like, wow, this is not really nice. Let me, do something about it. So after I saw Mr. Afazulu's comment and then class captain's comment that they wanted to attend, but they missed it. In fact, I called Olabaf too, and then that was late last night, and she was like, wow, she planned to be in the meeting, but something caught up with her and everybody was busy. So that was when the idea came that we can actually be having periodic breakfast talks, all right, as a follow-up on our training during the lockdown, and to also help ourselves to better understand the recovery process that is going on in the industry right now. Because I can't even say the industry has recovered. You and I agree with me that the industry is still sick right now. It is not even it's not ready to recover. We can only say that the industry is restarting. So this restarting process is coming up with so many issues. And I was discussing with one of my partners over the week that it looks like COVID-19 testing is going to become a major problem for our entire business. It's not helping matters from the business side of things. And I was telling that partner that probably we'll organize a webinar together to look at COVID-19 testing as a panacea for tourism recovery. And that is coming up very shortly. I'll be sending you the invite. But this breakfast talk, which has become a brunch talk, because I didn't want to do a Zoom thing. I just said, let's do a WhatsApp conference call, quickly talk about 30 minutes, salient issues that is affecting our business. What can we do? Practical conversation, not a lecture, not a classroom now. But, WhatsApp was telling me people have not upgraded to the latest version of WhatsApp. And then I said, I didn't have a choice. We have to do it via Zoom. So thank you very much for, responding on a very short notice. It was just at the dying minute now, I decided to invite all the TBS member family. I wanted it to be something only for paid members of the alumni, but maybe God touched my heart. And I think, this is supposed to be for everybody. So without wasting any further time, some of the slides that was shared yesterday, all right, was about post-COVID-19 business essentials. And they were just like a refresher of the things that I was able to teach us during the post-COVID-19 recovery training during the lockdown. So I'm going to share that slide with you very fast, all right? Because I'm still going to push them to a platform for you to do your personal study. So this is just a little bit of going over the slides together with you. So I want you to confirm if you can see my screen now as I'm sharing. Okay, very good. So you can see post-COVID-19 business essentials. All right. I screenshot the slides while I was in the Zoom meeting. If you see on the lower screen here, you will see that the speaker is on the lower screen to the right hand side. You will see the speaker. All right. This is someone who has been in the business for about 40 years. You will see him. He's a very old man, but very experienced. He's been in the business for a very long time. And I think from the profile that was shared about him, he has been GSA of so many airlines. So when this guy now came up with this, like the only slide presentation yesterday, I was fascinated about it because the content looks so true, so familiar with what I was able to put you through during the lockdown in our training. And then it was like a refresher. So the topic is actually agency practices in the Nigerian market. So this one says, be highly innovative. The world of travel has changed dramatically in the last few years, thanks in part to the rise of internet travel booking sites and technology. It has also been altered by the ability of traveler to connect to their company, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but where I am going to is the points that was bulleted in the blue background. That is the second paragraph of the slide. It said, adapt your products to your customers' need. And if you remember very well, we mentioned and we spent some time talking about this during the class when we were talking about the module that talks about reinventing your customer strategy. All right. So look at the 2 points here. It says tailor your product offering to the lucrative business and corporate segments to achieve a higher yield. So that is to say that there are some strategies, there is some strategizing that we need to do. Let me find out who is making that noise so I can mute that person.
Ceremony by promising to treat.
All right, apologies for that. Okay, I don't want to mute everybody since this is a breakfast. This is actually a talk. So you say tailor your product offering to the lucrative business and corporate segment. So that is to let us know now that this is time for us to be targeting corporate businesses. Because right now, individuals have challenges with travel. Travel confidence is not yet there. All right. So it is time for us to be, targeting corporate businesses that still want to go on a retreat for Christmas, businesses who are looking for an overseas trip or a domestic trip. Okay. Because I don't want to spend more time. The next point says create exclusive bundled offers that even your indirect customers are willing to pay extra for. Meet travelers' expectation by recommending products tailored specifically to their needs. So it is time to now tailor our products to the need of our customers. Take, for example, I was talking to someone just this week, all right, about COVID-19 home testing. Okay, that now you can actually ask your customer to subscribe to that kind of service instead of them to having to go through the stress of jumping up and down or from one lab to the other. They can actually stay in their house and get tested and get the results. Because the truth of the matter is that COVID-19 testing is making the business, the overhead cost of a package trip to increase. Either it's flights, either it's a tour package, either it's a vacation. COVID-19 cost is really becoming. So if customers cannot do without doing COVID-19 test, and we as travel and tourism business professionals must even ensure they do it wherever you are going to now. Even if the country is saying that COVID-19 is not compulsory, it is still better to do it, because I've seen situations where people are stuck at transit points because they didn't have COVID-19. So what can we do to help our customers is to find products that we meet their needs specifically, and also that we reduce the cost of doing business for us. So that COVID-19 home testing is a very good example of how to do that. Okay, so let me the next slide. This one says embrace new and portable technology. I wouldn't want to dwell on this because we all know that we are in the age of mobile technology. This guy said that he predicted in 2012, in 2008, he predicted in an IATA publication that smartphones will be the future of the industry. And that is what we have seen happening now. So this particular part of the slide that I'm very, very interested in, and I want you to pay attention. And this is the reason why I decided that we should come together in this brunch talk. Okay, we have 2 points here that is very key. Number 1 says partner with other agents and reduce costs. And this is the time for us to practice collaboration among ourselves. There was a time last month that class captain and Favas and Tours were able to put a kind of a follow-up call to me, okay, to greet me. Fortunately, I will have to mute every piece of noise, even though I didn't want to do that. And let me make class captain co-host, like we always do. So apologies for the disturbances. All right, so I think we have some decorum now. So let's get back to this slide. It says partner with other agents and reduce costs. We discussed about this during the time of our post-COVID-19 recovery training, that it is time for us to collaborate among ourselves. So when FAVAC and TORS and travel routers gave me that greeting call some few weeks ago, I asked the 2 of them to come together and put up a local domestic package. Because the truth of the matter is that domestic tourism is still going to be the cheapest product that we can sell to our customers at this time, either we like it or not. It is only domestic package that will not come with the cost of COVID-19 test. I don't know if I am communicating to us. So we must synergize now in such a way that our individual strengths in the area of marketing, in the area of sales, in the area of, take for example, I have the product. It's possible that it is class captain that has the product. Why am I still having those interferences? Why is this person meeting himself? All right. That person keeps disturbing us. Class captain, can you confirm if you can hear me? Please open your microphone.
Yes, I can.
Okay, yes. You are the only one that can open your microphone now as a co-host, because I think I invited some people who are already disturbing us with their background noise. So looking at this slide very well, this slide is so very critical to our business now. We need to know how to partner with ourselves in order to reduce the cost of operations, number 1, to increase marketing ability, number 2, and also to bring our experiences together. Look at this, like I said, let other partners or sub-agents be the extension of your sales force and offer a unique traveler experience throughout the whole journey to all your passengers. Recently, All About Travels conducted a tour of Almat Farms. She tagged it Abuja Independence Panorama. All right. You will be so shocked that we didn't see participants until that minute for that tour. But at the end of the day, the strength of TBS International being a partner for that tour, okay, and other agencies that we came together to make that event, even though we didn't make money on that tour, but the event was successful because we were able to pool our energies, our expertise, and our experience together. Now, I told her immediately after that tour that now that we've done the first one, the success of this tour will not be in the first one. It is going to be in the next one. So I told her, I said, let's begin to look for that same tour, edition 2.0. Okay? Because once you started to roll out a domestic package, consistency is what is going to eventually bring profit. You have to be consistent. Another example, another case study, I started the first and the only time that tourists will visit Owala Dam, this very new attraction that we discovered in Osun State. I conducted World Tourism Day there. We called it Osun Picnic and Boot Camp 1.0. All right. So I made a loss of 17,500. Why? Because we didn't market it enough. And because it was World Tourism Day, we couldn't postpone it. You know, if you put a tour, let's say you set a tour for October 17, and then you didn't see enough participation, you didn't make enough sales, you can postpone that tour and extend. Don't let me even say postpone. You can extend the tour for another maybe 2 weeks to improve sales. But for the World Tourism Day event, we couldn't do that. So I did the tour and 8 people came. All right. After all the expenses and everything, I made a loss of 17,500, but the destination has been opened. As I'm talking to you now, I'm receiving requests from different parts of Nigeria about they want to see Owala Dam because people were shocked, people were amazed, the kind of things we were able to do there. All right. Now, the third case study is the same thing I did in Osun for the first time. There is an agency in Abuja here that has been doing Abuja Camp and Grill. She's a NANTA member. Maybe Mrs. Olatunji might know her. Okay, she's one of the ESCOs here in Abuja. Do you know that she started with maybe 7 people, the first edition. Now she's doing edition 5.0 of that Abuja Camp and Grill. And how much is the package? 3,500, 4,500. So what did they do? They just spent a night at the destination. She has access to all these camping tents that people, these army officers use. So each person 1 tent. They spend a night, they arrive in the evening, they go in the morning, they do a campfire, and that was it. Every Saturday. She has done 5 editions. So she gave me the package as a partner agent to resell. All right. So upon marketing it in Osun State, okay, I saw at least 2 people who were interested in coming down to Abuja for that experience. Okay, even for the Abuja Independence Panorama that I co-organized with All About Travels, at least there were 2 people who were interested. They were already looking for the next event. I'm going to bring them to Abuja. So sometimes our first edition of the event will not be for the profit sake, for profit making. It will be for awareness creation. So the subsequent ones is where your profit is going to lie. Definitely, I can tell you now that BRICS Travels, the lady that is doing Abuja Camp and Grill, she cannot make a loss again. She's doing the 5th edition already. I think October 18 is the date. Okay, so where am I going here is that every one of us now that we are participants of my training during the lockdown, out of every one of you, the only person who has rolled out a domestic package and conducted a tour is All Above, that I am aware of, except maybe Mr. Muyiwa has done a domestic tour in Lagos that I'm not aware, or maybe you have a package. Because we are still all kind of hooked up to ticketing to international trips. And the truth of the matter is that we can eventually make more money rolling out domestic package. You can be doing a domestic package every weekend if we put effort into it. Unfortunately, for those of you in Lagos, traffic is not helping matters. That's the only challenge that I think I have identified as far as Lagos is concerned. But yet, we can actually work around it if we all come together. All we need to do is pick a date. Somebody like you people in Lagos might not be able to do package it all every weekend, but you can do something once a month and gather a large amount of people. So I'm looking forward to Favak Santos, class captain, Mr. Muyiwa, coming together, the three of you. Take, for example, Mr. Muyiwa has a lot of marketing capability that class captain might not have. Okay. And then on the other side, Favak might have a number of clients who are going to subscribe that Mr. Muyiwa might not have. So let's come together, roll out a domestic package. I am coming up very shortly with the next Osun Bootcamp 1.0 for the end of October. Okay, because I'm going to do the second edition. I'm going to be doing it every month. Why am I emphasizing on this? Number one, in the AGM that was done yesterday, domestic tourism was still highlighted again as the only way out of this pandemic for us. The chairman of La Campagne Tropicana, Mr. Olawanle Akimboboye, he still reiterated that domestic tourism is the key. When the president of UTA came on board, these people, they didn't have any slide, okay, but they had their particular talk, 10 minutes. Fortunately for every one of us, Nanta have shared the recording. So immediately after this brunch talk, I will be sharing the full 3 hours recording of the Nanta AGM on our platform. And I want you to go and listen to it. I didn't share it before now because I want to make sure that when I share it with you, everybody will go and look at it. Okay, so it is very, very important for us to emphasize on domestic tourism. We might not make money now, but the truth of the matter is that it's going to take a while for the industry to restart. IATA have said we still need 1 year for international tourism and travel to recover. So if that is the case, because I'm very sure that the time will come that vaccines will be produced that will take care of COVID-19. And when that happens, there will be no more need for COVID-19 testing. What they will be asking for is COVID-19 vaccination, which is not going to be something you have to do every time you are traveling, okay? But until then, how do we survive? It's domestic packages, all right? I want to see Mr. Muyiwa with Victory Travels and Seamless Travels, Favak Santos, and class captain with Travel Routers coming together, roll out a La Campagne Tropicana trip. Let's market it first. Forget about there is no sales for it. All about didn't see any client until 24 hours to the trip. In fact, on the day of that particular trip, we were waiting for another family of 4 that joined us on the morning of the trip. So the issue here is that we need to give our clients a product that they can be, even if it is for them to be considering. Sometimes the client that will book your tour, we consider it until the dying minute. But if the product is not there, there is nothing for you to market. And at the end of the day, when you are able to do a domestic trip thoroughly and successfully, communicating to them about international trip will be easier. And let us not forget about consistency. Yes, we are all afraid of losing money. I agree. But the truth of the matter is that customer confidence needs to be worked on first. And the best way to work on that confidence is by packaging domestic destination that they can afford. How much did we pay for the Abuja Independence Panorama? 6,000. All right. As a partner, I paid 4,000 naira. Myself and my wife were on that trip. I get me now. But we had a very fantastic, wonderful time. The video I did from that particular tour is still trending on social media now. All about is trending on social media because of that trip. So many agencies in Abuja did World Tourism Day tour and activities, and they are all trending on social media. That is what I'm talking about, awareness. You remember during the training, during the lockdown, I told us that marketing must be aggressive immediately after the lockdown is over. Because the more marketing you do, the more you create awareness of your brand to the customer. They might not subscribe now, but you must keep yourself in the digital space. When they open their phone, they must see you all the time. That is why you see immediately, even during the lockdown, TBS, we were busy doing training. Immediately the lockdown kicked off, we kept on rolling out packages. As I'm talking to you now, between the space of August and now, within 3 months, TBS International, we've done trainings, we've done webinars, we have international package, we have Canada package. Before they canceled World Travel Market, I was the only agency that had a package for World Travel Market. Nobody did, not even any executive of NANTA. I received some calls during that time. Captain, why are you selling World Travel Market when you are not sure that it will hold? I said, I'm selling World Travel Market because on the website of WTM, they wrote it there that they still want to do it physically. And the event has not been cancelled. And until the event is cancelled, my marketing is not affected because I am not doing the package for the purpose of getting people to travel. No. The end game is to create brand awareness. So now, as I'm talking to you, WTM has been cancelled, but people are still calling me, asking me if I have a UK package for Christmas. Because WTM has been cancelled now does not mean people will not go to UK for Christmas. But if I ask you now, how many of you that are on this call, 10 of us, how many of you have a UK package for Christmas? Is there anybody? Because I am very aware of the countries that are still open for Nigerians, because everybody is crazy about Dubai all the time. I told you that immediately after the lockdown, Dubai will become an unpopular product. And look at what has happened now. Look at all the avalanche of requirements that they are bringing up. All right. So what did I do? At TBS International, immediately international flight resumed. We rolled out UK package. We rolled out a Canada package. We rolled out Istanbul package. Turkey is open. UK is open based on the fact that you need to quarantine. And then we were open. I called my immigration lawyer in Canada, and he confirmed to me that Canada will open for Christmas trip. So what did I do? Even though I knew that the Canada is not open for international visitors, we still rolled out a package for Christmas. Why did we do that? We did it for brand awareness, not to actually make a sale. The sale is what you do when you have completed the marketing cycle. The marketing cycle starts with awareness. And how do you make customers aware of your brand? Is it by greeting them good morning on social media or good evening on Instagram? No, it's by putting a product out there. So now, UK World Travel Market is cancelled. My clients are requesting those people who saw World Travel Market UK package before they canceled it. They are calling now, asking me to get them a trip for Christmas in UK. Istanbul is open. All right. It was class captain who introduced me to Travel Shop Turkey, a very reputable DMC in Turkey. She introduced me to them. I went on their Facebook page to look for their contact. I chatted them up on Facebook. From their Facebook page, they gave me a phone number to contact for Africa requests. I WhatsApp that number, and lo and behold, they gave me 8 different packages for Turkey. 6 days for Christmas, 6 days for New Year, 8 different packages. I didn't make any phone call. It was through WhatsApp. So what did I do with it? I roll out a package. As I'm talking to you right now, we have 3 clients that have subscribed to our Turkey package for Christmas. Now, are we still able to meet up our expenses? No, because customers are not going to release money to you until they are sure they are even going on the trip. but at least we have prospects. So if 3 of them have showed interest for Istanbul, at the end of the day, at the worst scenario, maybe one person will go. So whatever we are able to make, if it is 50,000 naira, we are able to make on that trip, then our effort is not wasted. That is even on the international side of things now. But the focus of my talk today is the domestic tourism, which we must begin to do now. So what got me to this point is that I didn't see any member of the TBS family rolling out any domestic package for World Tourism Day, for whatever, for independence. I was watching, I was waiting. I had the imperative that time to begin to call all of you one by one and begin to sound the alarm and begin to know. I said, let me see if any one of you will come up with the training we have done and do something. I remembered I had to get involved with FAVAX and class captain. I did not see anything up to now. And I'm thinking maybe I should find class captain for that. World Tourism Day was a global product. Independence was a national product. I don't know if we have done anything. I will unmute us one by one. So now tell me what you have done. Oh, I should not do that. So the purpose of this conversation, of this talk, is to sensitize us again that the industry is sick. Things are still blurry. COVID-19 testing is making things difficult. But the truth of the matter is that the only aspect of the business now that we can dabble into confidently and we can expect return, even though not immediately, but we can expect return between now and Christmas. We still have 2 months to go. I believe every one of us now, to be practical now and to wrap this up, every one of us should have a Christmas package for domestic trips now. Either it's going to be powered by Travel Routers Limited, then official partners includes FAVAX and Tours, Victory Travels, All Above Travels. All of us, we co-sell it together. So we shouldn't sell the same destinations. Take, for example, if class captain is selling La Campagne Tropicana because she's in Lagos, all right, FAVAX should sell maybe Nike Art Gallery or Lekki Conservation Center. Now, since Alpha Zulu is here in Abuja, Alpha Zulu or All Above Travels should come up with Zuma Rock for Christmas or Almat Farms. And then let people in Lagos market Abuja. Let people in Abuja market La Campagne in Lagos. Let's co-sell and co-market. And at the end of the day, we share the profit. So if, take for example, FAVAX, All Above asked me to pay 4,000 naira for the, I want to be practical now. All Above asked me to pay 4,000 naira, okay, for the trip to Almat Farms, which was actually 6,000. So let's assume that I brought 5 clients to that Abuja trip, all right? So that means I have made 2,000 naira on each of them. Am I correct? That's 10,000 naira. And that is the only thing I will say is my overhead cost was the cost of data that to bring those people. Wherever I have brought them from, either they came from Lagos, in fact, let's say I have people coming from Lagos and I have to book their flight to Abuja, I will still gain maybe 1,000 naira on that flight. That is what I'm talking about. So without stressing myself, I don't even need to be on the trip. If I have people that came for that trip, she would take care of their trip. So this is where I would like to wrap it up. I promised you that it's a very short conversation. All right. So the next thing I'll be doing now is sending you these slides on our WhatsApp page. Okay. And I want to believe that everyone that is here on this platform, about 12 of us, we are all members of the TBS family, because if you are not a member of the TBS family, you won't be here. So what I would do is send the slide to all our TBS platforms, and then I will share you the recording of the 3 hours AGM. The only aspect that you should listen to is the first 1 hour that contains presentations from the UFTA president, the chairman of La Campagne Tropicana, and the GHI Assets. This man, I've forgotten his name, who has been in the industry for 38 years. Please let us go and listen to what they have to say. It is this guy that is the owner of this slide I am showing you. Look at this particular slide on the screen now. This is another aspect that we all need to go back and work on ourselves. Always be equipped. Yes?
Sorry, I've already forwarded the full slides, the full presentation to you. You can equally share with every other member, sir.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Very fantastic. So we'll circulate it immediately after this brunch talk, so that everybody, because the reason why I wanted us to circulate it after the conversation is that if we share it to the platform, members will not check it. They don't, and I don't blame them. The information, the industry is crazy right now. So many things are happening. Flights, in fact, COVID-19 tickets alone that we are trying to revalidate the issue is enough to take the whole week. And stress, Lagos stress, and now NSAS protest is here now. I couldn't go out today. I'm supposed to go to the office today, but they said they're going to meet at ShopRite today for NSAS protest. So I decided to just stay at home and not stress myself, because I might end up spending 2 hours like people that are in Lagos. So now, apologies to Lagosians for that. So the information on this screen is very, very key. Be equipped with relevant updates and information. And then lastly, before I almost forgot this too. We also promised ourselves during the lockdown, during the training, that we should focus on selling Africa. Africa is open to Africans. At least the major countries in Africa is open. Tanzania opened first, all right? South Africa opened last. Mauritius is open. Seychelles is open. Kenya is open. Rwanda is open. Uganda is open. All right. So I sent a DMC package to class captain just before this class started. All right. I collected it from a very reputable DMC in Rwanda. All right. So I've sent it to her, and then she's going to share it with everybody. So I want us to submit our email on the TBS platforms so that I can collate it. I'll push it to her. She will be the one doing all the emailing. So those relevant materials, those presentation slides from Nanta, I'll give you the email. Please push it to everybody. Okay, and make sure you copy TBS email, Africa Tourism TBS. So push it to everybody. This is time for us not to compete with each other. It is time to collaborate with each other. So I have Rwanda package from my DMC, and please do not sell it out. Do not circulate it. It's strictly for the TBS family. Anyone who is not a member of TBS family should not be enjoying those benefits for now, at least for now. Okay, because to an extent, the industry is still competitive. So the Rwanda package, I have come up with a costing for it. There is a design, there is a flyer for that. All right, that is already selling. Okay, now once you receive that package, look for people that are your direct business partners that you can sell it together. So put the logo of each other on the flyers and throw it out on social media, and let us sell Africa. So now Dubai has started their problem now. You can see all the nonsense they are coming up with the rules. But Rwanda and all the countries I just mentioned now, they are visa on arrival, and they will never ask anybody to start showing their bank statement before you enter into their country. I don't blame UAE for what they are doing, but the truth of the matter is that Africa is our home. So let's promote our African country. So as soon as I get the DMC packages for Christmas, for Tanzania, for Uganda, and the rest, the only country I don't want to sell now, personal sentiment, is South Africa, because customer confidence in South Africa is still very poor in Nigeria, maybe except there's an event that they are hosting or whatever. So, but Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, Mauritius, in fact, and class captain, you're supposed to have given us a Mauritius package by now. because the speed and the intensity with which you were asking me to send the Mauritius DMCs, I gave every one of us, I gave us the list of DMCs in Mauritius that was sent to me by Mauritius Tourism Promotion Authority. I emailed it to everybody. So my another second area of disappointment is that I have not seen anybody that is selling Mauritius. And Mauritius is visa on arrival. You have a Mauritius package.
Not yet, sir. Almost ready. I've
Almost
already
ready.
done my own work. I've gotten all the details. It's just as I've
Okay.
been engaged with other things.
All
Like
right.
I've gotten from Kenya, I've gotten a Zanzibar package and all the stuff.
Okay.
Mauritius, I should be done with it on or before the weekend. Even
It's all
Vavax
right.
and Toy is on my neck for that as well.
Please, I want to see something. I want to
We'll
see something. It
come
doesn't have to be perfect. Even, if you remember during the lockdown, I said it's possible for you to even create a graphics for a destination and you don't put price. You just said coming soon. But that graphics will go a long way to create awareness. To interested people will contact you, and then you begin to compile the database of prospective clients for those destinations. So that Mauritius now that is already about to get ready, if you had informed me earlier, I would have said, okay, let's do a graphics for it. Let's put all the inclusions, but let's leave the price silent. Just say, okay, coming soon. And then marketing is going on, and then awareness is going on. The truth of the matter is that Dubai, what is happening with Dubai, me, I'm happy because we will sell Africa. But unfortunately, the problem we have is that African trips can be expensive, can be more expensive than Dubai. But the truth of the matter is that if Africa can also get the traffic we are giving to UAE, if we can get it in African countries too, the price will come down. We can be able to negotiate for cheaper prices. And that is where I will wrap it up today. So the next thing I will do now is I will stop the slide, and then I will ask anybody who wants to say something to raise up their hand. Then I will unmute you. So if you have any comment or any question about whatever is happening right now in the industry that you want to get answers to, this is the time to say it so that we can wrap it up on the dot, 1 p.m. sharp, straight away. So raise up your hand and I will unmute you from here. Because if I unmute everybody, the house will become rowdy, sort of. Any questions? Okay, now me, I have a question. Is there anyone here? Okay, Mr. Jala, you have a question? Let me unmute you. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I would say I've missed these faces for some time now. It's good we are getting together again. Thank you. Captain Ima, thank you very much. We appreciate all of this and all the efforts you've been putting in. What I'm looking at these destinations in Africa that we want to sell. At times, the challenges we have is flight connections. Like Seychelles, for example, or Mauritius, you don't get a direct flight one, and at times the connecting flight, the transit time is discouraging. So those are some challenges that are attached to those destinations. But now, since so many persons are making inquiries to those destinations, I want to know about their visa process. How is it? And also, how, if there are some contacts there that we can work with when it comes to hotel bookings and all those things that we'll be needing, or the client will be needing when he or she gets there. That can also help. And if anyone know of a smooth route to get to
Unmute yourself, sir. Okay.
Okay, I said if anyone knows a fine connection on how to get to those destinations with flights that will be a bit reasonable, I will appreciate it if it's shared as well, because at times when you check the rate to get to some of these destinations, the price is higher than going to US. So it becomes too much for these persons we are trying to convince to go to this destination. So those are my challenges. And if anyone has comment on that, I will appreciate it.
Okay, all right. I will leave that question concerning Mauritius and Seychelles to class captain. Class captain she has an area of expertise on those two destinations even before the lockdown. So, class captain, what do you have to say to that?
I think what we need to do is to actually consider the timing of the trip. You know, for every destination, they have their seasons, the high seasons and the low seasons. That at times might be the reason why we're getting high cost of flights. For Seychelles, for instance, we could get as low as 250 something thousand for a return flight. Emirates goes to Seychelles. I think KQ goes to Seychelles, that's Kenya Airways. Mauritius,
Yeah.
Emirates goes there. I think Etihad started going. I'm not certain about Ethiopian Airlines, but we have about 3 or 4 airlines that goes to each of these destinations. The timing matters, and the time you are making your reservation. This goes for any ticket you want to book. The closer the date, the
It's
more
okay.
expensive the ticket might be, depending on patronage that the airline has. We need to have that at the back of our mind as well. So if
So
you
that
have
means
any,
that if you are going to sell Mauritius for Christmas, they should have started booking now.
now,
In fact,
exactly.
booking should close by the end of this month.
What I would suggest is that even just as we discuss and agree to come together as a group, if we can actually come up with, okay, for me, I think I can get like 10 packs for Mauritius. We come together and have a tentative figure. We can actually approach an airline and request for a group rate.
Yes. Yes.
We can
And
approach
airlines
as
are
many
ready to
airlines that
work
go
with
to that
us on
particular
that.
destination, and that will help us get a better cost in terms of flights. So I think working together as a group, just like Captain said, will go a long way to actually help us sell better this period. So if we choose a particular destination or 2 destinations that we said, okay, we as TBS family, these are the destinations that we want to push as a group. These are destinations in Africa that we want to push as a group. Then we can work with a particular figure. It's not compulsory that we get that exact figure, but we need a figure to work with before we can
So that
approach
we
the
can be
airline.
able to, yeah. So because the airline want to hear figure, how many people do you have?
Exactly.
And when they hear that you are about 7 agencies that is coming together to request for this flight, their ears will tingle. Airlines want to hear group is involved. Once they know that agencies are involved, they will tell you, in fact, they will begin to give you rates that they will can be promising you commission that is not possible for other agencies.
And same goes for even the DMCs, even the DMCs in those locations. Once they know that you are not just representing yourself, you are representing a group of agencies, and the tendencies that you'll be able to give them large group of people is there. They will give you a better rate, and in fact, everything will come at a cheaper rate to us, and it will be easier for us to sell. That's the way I see it. So I think we need to agree on destination to push.
Okay. All right. So we already agreed during the lockdown, but now we need to streamline them. So for the island countries of Africa, we have Mauritius and Seychelles.
Okay.
For Eastern Africa, we have Kenya and Uganda. Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. Those 3 countries are open. All right. For Southern Africa, we have South Africa. I don't know if anybody here is a South African specialist that can tell us about visa, but I know that Eastern Africa and Western and the islands we mentioned, to answer your question, Mr. Ajana, these places we have mentioned, they are all visa on arrival.
Exactly.
And the DMC can actually even make that arrangement ahead of you. I think when I asked for Rwanda, I think the lady told me that it's $50
Yes.
to get the visa and it's at the airport.
I
that
think
you
it's
pay for
almost the
that.
same thing with Kenya.
So far you have, it's almost the same thing with Kenya. So for those African countries, visa, during the lockdown, visa policy was one of the topics that we discussed extensively at TBS webinar, where we brought all the CEOs together. They need to, so is either visa on arrival policy or visa free. I don't even know which of Mauritius and Seychelles is visa free for 30 days.
Mauritius.
I don't know whether it's Mauritius or Seychelles. One of them is visa free for 30 days. But for Mauritius. So which means you can go to so that means you can just book a flight to Mauritius. You don't need to worry about visa. You have booked your hotel, you have a tour package, an itinerary that has been planned, and then you just get 255,000, like class captain said now, with Emirates. So with an entire total package of, let's say, 400, 450, you can do a complete trip to Mauritius. If flight is 250 and you can walk the DMC around, bringing everything about hotels and tour down to like 150, 200. So you can still make 50,000 naira on that trip. At worst, if you are going to do a trip to Africa, at worst, for you to make sense, at least you should make up to 50 or 40,000 per person. That's good money. If we are able to now approach the airline as a group, like she have suggested now, and the cost of flight significantly reduces, that's good money. And we can actually even now target corporate clients with the Mauritius trip.
At
the end of the day, okay, Mr. Muyiwa, sorry about that. I didn't see that on time. Thank you, last captain. Let me unmute him. This meeting is ramping up in 3 minutes time. Mr. Muyiwa, are you still there?
Yes, I am. Now you were still talking.
Please go ahead.
That's why I've not
All right.
I've not been able to say anything yet. I think it's the meeting is well thought of. To be sincere, and like you said, it's good when we come together as a group to form things and do it together. Basically, the airline don't want you to. They are not going to give all of us the same deal. The same thing with the hotel. And when you are planning tour or like this, when you have numbers, it helps you a lot. Then you look at it that if 3 or 4 of us come together, and Muyiwa can come with, let's say, 10 customers, others can come with another 10, 12, 10, 12, you will not be afraid of coming up with a package. Because all of you know that at the end of the day, you have a minimum of at least, even if it's five people that will come for the first one, you will have created an awareness, which is very, very good to what we are doing. We, like you said, it's not that we are not planning, like my class captain said. We have a lot we are trying to come up with too. We have the local, we're trying to do something on the local, on Lagos tour. But it's just that so many things are coming up, we've not been able to put together the thing. I think there is one that my package person was doing with Jara Beach. And she has to, I'm going to get the report from her today, because online when she called them, they said they don't have, the place is fully booked and things like that. So I told her, go there. When you get there, you will see rooms. So some of those things are we also doing. We're trying to do something for Kenya for December. So I think in all, what we need to do first is, if it is possible for us to pick areas of specialization. It might not be specialization, let me not use that word, but we can divide, just like you have given us like 3 different regions or zones now. We have the Eastern Africa, you have, so if you can do that, the Seychelles and Co and Mauritius, they are on one side. Maybe somebody wants to do East African, maybe 3 nights in Ethiopia, 2 nights or 3 nights in Nairobi, or you just want to do full Nairobi.
Yeah.
I've been to Nairobi and I did like 10 days. Then, almost about 4 years, 10 days, we toured almost everywhere in Kenya. It was organized by the tourism board there. So I have consulted somebody there, which is what I'm checking. If you see, that's what I have here with me. They've sent something to me for Nairobi and Mombasa. So in essence, what I'm saying is this. If we can get, maybe class captain is good, can she handle Mauritius? Then she give us the rates. We look at it. Okay, this is the cost. Maybe mark up what you want to mark up. Then we all push it together. I am doing Kenya. Okay, I have this about Kenya. This is what I have gotten. Okay, I push the itinerary. They look at it. Okay, this is the cost price. I'm giving you the cost price. But because I wanted your own customer to that might like you top up your own, we can agree on the same markup. Okay, what we are marking up is 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, so that somebody will not see the same flyer and say, why are you people, why is marketing this same place for 30 naira? You are marketing for 50 naira. We can just, that's what I think. We can say, oh, can we do this? Then we all rally around it. With that, a lot of things will come down. Like Madam said, we approach the airline, they'll give us good rates. Operational costs we're going to put into it will be reduced, will be shared, and we can just take it like that. The same thing with the Lagos and the Abuja or Osogbo trip. Like for me, local trip, I'm not too keen, as in, because of the package person I have. I am more into get this company. I don't want to get myself too involved. I have a package person who is managing, but to me, she's not managing the way I wanted it to manage or to be managed. I'll give you an instance. I'm doing Dubai. The rate I got on my own for Dubai, Christmas in Dubai, is better than the rate the agency or the BDS or BDC she's trying to use or DMC she's trying to use is giving her. You understand? So those are the, if I see Lagos, Abuja package, Osogbo package, and somebody give it to me, I'll do a little markup on it. We advertise it. Yeah. By the end of this month, my website will be functionally up. I will just start blasting, because what I'm doing now is just the social media, but we will blast it. So I think that will help us. It might not be right now, but if we can have, can this person come up with a package for Kenya? Can Captain come up with a package for us for Nigeria? Can Captain, we just do something. I think it will help us a lot. That's why but it's a good idea, and I'm buying into it very well. Hello, sir.
Thank you, Muiwa.
Okay.
You actually made a valid point. Where I actually have issue is what you just mentioned on the pricing.
Okay.
If there can be uniformity in price that we sell.
Yes. So
that it won't look as if Victory Travel is selling 450. Why are you selling your own 500?
Yes.
If it's 450 across board and we all do the marketing together, it will go a long way to help us as well as secure our individual clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
That's a
think
good one.
what we can do is maybe I will put my email in the chat box.
Okay.
So anybody, if you are interested in any of the locations that Captain has mentioned,
Okay.
send me your email and the locations you are interested in. Then Mr. Muiwa, I will consult with you and then with Captain to see how we can come up with packages for those locations.
That's
I think
wonderful.
so far, we have Mauritius, we have Rwanda, we have Kenya, we have Seychelles. That's what I've been able to note down. I don't know if Captain mentioned any other country that I didn't capture.
Yeah, I mentioned Uganda.
Uganda.
And then now Mr. Muyiwa also mentioned something that we should look at, doing a combo package. So you can actually do 2 nights Nairobi and 3 nights Kigali, or 2 nights in Kigali, 3 nights in Addis Ababa. That's another wonderful combo package
And
that
we
we
should
can
not
look at.
leave out Nigerian.
Yes, Nigerians should be part.
Yes, Nigerian destinations.
In fact, Nigeria is the only destination I can sell in West Africa, because Ghana is outrageously expensive.
No. I won't even push Ghana because it's too much. The hotel are too crazy. Instead of pushing Ghana, I'll go to East Africa.
So, Captain, what I said before you joined back,
yes,
was that I'll put my email in the chat box. We have listed the locations that we want to consider: Mauritius, Rwanda, Kenya, Seychelles, Uganda. Then we're looking at combo package for some locations and the Nigerian destinations. So whoever is interested in any of these locations should send an email stating the destination that they are interested in and probably give us a tentative figure.
Yes.
It's not compulsory. If you say 20 packs, we are not going to, how do I put it now? If you say you're going to give us 20 and you're unable to get 20, there is no problem with it, but we need a figure to work with. I think we take it from there. Captain, what do you think, sir?
That's a very welcome development. That's very welcome.
Okay.
So go ahead and drop it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So Miss Samara from Dubai, I hope you understand that you can actually sell Rwanda and Nigeria from Dubai to, let's say, Nigerians in Dubai, because I think that is how this affects you, since you are a Dubai-based client. Because right now, Dubai is not popular with Nigerians now, especially as they are now coming up with all these issues. So for someone like you, whose business is based majorly on Dubai Nigerian packages, it is better now to now look at selling Nigeria, Rwanda, Ethiopia to United Arab Emirates, Pakistanis. I remembered Mr. Ivan during the lockdown, during the webinars, reiterated specifically that all of them in UAE, they are looking for African tours. I don't know if class captain remembered.
Yes.
They are looking for African tours. So I think that should be your own focus right now as a travel tourism business that you are now based in UAE. So you should not be doing inbound into Africa from UAE. So maybe after this meeting, remind me so I can connect you with Mr. Ivan. So like this Rwanda package now, which we have already, and Mauritius now. Mauritius is actually very popular in UAE. I know some hotel chain in UAE who has a hotel outlet or hotel properties in Mauritius. So I think that is for you specifically. So if there's no other question or no other comments, then we can end this meeting. Please, class captain's email is already in the chat box. So, and then, like I said too, let us not forget that the email addresses that I asked us to submit, let's do that on our group WhatsApp page so that class captain can collate it together and forward us the DMC package for Rwanda, number one. Number two, the presentation from Nanta, the one that I started sharing for this meeting. So what I'm going to do is that we are going to be having this brunch talk like every 2 weeks. Class captain, please take note of that, ma. So in 2 weeks' time, okay, we're going to come back again and review the things we have discussed here and also talk about other issues that may have come up in the industry. What do you think about that?
Not a bad idea, sir.
Okay,
Good
right.
idea, sir.
Okay, all right.
And please,
So
Captain,
thank you,
sir.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I would like the class captain to, like these destinations you specialize on, like the Seychelles and Mauritius. We want to know what these clients will enjoy there. What are the unique things there that they are going to enjoy? And another thing that bothers our people a lot when you talk of Africa is security. But how is the security and all those things? So once we are sure of these things and we have an idea, we have a glimpse of what they are going to enjoy, we will start talking people. Me, I have some people that I've talked to that are even ready. They want to go to this destination, like Seychelles. They've been hearing of it, but they've not been there. They even want to know how to get there. So coming up with this kind of package will make a whole lot of sense to them. And now we want to see what are the unique things. Like when you are talking of Dubai, for instance, you talk of the desert safari, you talk of the Burj Khalifa, you are talking of the mall and all those things. But what are the fine things you are going to enjoy in Seychelles, Mauritius? At least I know a little about Kenya and some other areas around Kenya. But these Seychelles, outside the beach that we know, what other things do we have to enjoy there that makes it easier for us to sell?
It's all right. Let me quickly respond to that, class captain. Class captain, you remember that I shared list of hotels and list of DMCs in Mauritius. I think I shared it with everybody. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
thinking maybe we should recirculate that email again. All right.
Okay.
Because in the area from where Mr. Ajala is coming from, different DMCs, we have different products
Definitely.
for destination. So I think we should recirculate that email for both hotels and for both DMCs. Number one. Then number two, class captain, you will now help us to do, I know you must have done some in-depth research on that Mauritius. So in response to Mr. Ajala's response now, you should chat him up privately on that to let him know many or other options of offers that we have. Even in Dubai, Mr. Ivan was reiterating that so many things that are available to be sold in Dubai, apart from just desert safari and boat cruise. Okay, Mr. Ivan was talking about a boat cruise that will take you from Bahrain to Dubai to Oman. That is what I am actually going to sell if I'm going to sell Dubai. Anything as far as I'm concerned.
So there is actually one ongoing that we are already selling, sir.
That I'm not aware about.
I haven't seen you posted it. I can share it with you. But
Please
it's also for Mr. Rifan.
Share it with me. Let me first of all put it on my status so that maybe 70 people can even quickly see that first. So maybe somewhere I cannot find somewhere to put TBS.
I'll forward the mail to you as soon as we're done with this meeting.
Please forward it to me. So and then you communicate my markup, because definitely what I would do is I would just sell it exactly the same price you have on your flyer. What I just want to know is how many percentage is my own markup, because the truth of the matter is that is our business. So like the Rwanda package I have also, I will put it on the platform now after the meeting. Okay, it's 450,000. All right. So if you want to resell it, it's 10%. All right, on the profit. The profit is the 50,000 on top of it. So 10% is for agencies that want to resell. So if you give me 10 clients, that's 50,000 automatically. So it's very, airlines do not even give 10%. Airlines do 5, 6, 7. But me, I will do 10%.
You are more than an airline. You should be doing 20%.
So I think it's a very good point for us to wrap it up. In summary, we have the following packages on ground from the DMC, Mauritius, Rwanda, then Dubai. Okay, let's circulate that to everybody. Let everybody have the details. Number 2, we are going to circulate the slides from Nanta AGM and the entire recording to everybody. Then number 3, what's the instruction or the suggestion that class captain made. So if you're interested in specific destinations like that, submit your email, send it to class captain to our email so that she can forward specific destination requests to you, like Mr. Ajala now has requested for Mauritius package and the details. So if you need details for Istanbul now, I can send to you. I told you I have New Year package, I have Christmas package for Turkey. So if you want that, send me. I will definitely share with everybody. So you can actually even contact the DMC yourself. Ask the DMC questions that I cannot answer. You can be able to answer the DMC. But what we have to be very careful about is that this information must remain within the TBS family, because by the time we are co-selling together, we must still understand that there's still competition in the industry. So information about DMC, you all agree with me, is being protected jealously. It is like our assets in the industry. So as we are doing this, let's be very conscious of recirculating outside this. That's why I wanted this meeting to be strictly for paid participants of the TBS courses. But I just said, okay, let's see other people on the TBS platform that can be able to protect the information we are going to be releasing. Because if I'm giving you my DMC in Turkey, okay, and you end up pushing it out to somebody who already is a big person in Turkey, they can tamper with that market. And then at the end of the day, they'll sell cheaper than you are selling. You might not be able to break even. So let's also be mindful, very, very mindful of that. So if you are going to class captain.
Yes, sir.
Class captain, are you there? If you are going to send information, yes, let's do it this way. If you are going to send information about DMCs, let's send it directly to emails of people who have requested for it. Don't let us drop it on the WhatsApp platform. I think that would be better.
That's what I think we should do. That's why I requested anybody that is interested should actually send an email. So it will be like a response.
Thank you very much. So, but what we are going to put on the WhatsApp group now is this presentation slides from Nanta, the recording. That one can go on WhatsApp. So, but when it comes to DMC informations, that one should be.
But we have two groups on the WhatsApp. Which one are we putting the informations?
You can just put it on the two at the same time. One is paid and one is free. So we can put the information. So far, it has to do with Nanta, and it's for the industry generally. So let's share it on the two groups. But for the information, DMC packages and DMC contacts, it should be email to email, business to business.
Okay, sir. No problem.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time. And apologies that this took more than the time we planned. So I will communicate to us the next breakfast talk or brunch talk. Maybe the next one will even be dinner. I don't know, but in 2 weeks' time, we'll do another one. So finally, to wrap it up, on Tuesday, I want to see all of you on our second edition of the Africa Tourism and Virtual Summit. We are talking about that again. And lastly, I don't know if it's going to work, but we plan to host Didier Bayeye in Nigeria in November. And we are going to be using Mana Hotels and Resorts. So if Didier will be coming and some of my panelists from Kenya, from UK, if they are going to come, then I would like us to also plan that as well. So there will be a SDG in tour kind of package that will be attached to that we can actually sell to international clients. So any one of you that have any clients outside Nigeria that would like to visit Nigeria, that can come to Nigeria this November, please quickly contact me, because we are going to come up with a package for them now in US dollars so that we can earn some dollars too for this end of the year. So thank you very much, and then do all have a wonderful rest of the day.
Let's not forget Fabak's birthday. He will crucify
Thank you very much, because she will find me seriously. So,
Seriously.
Fabvax, kindly show us your face in this room. Today is the birthday of the most resourceful award winner of TBS, and responsive and resourceful. Where is she? Class captain. She's not in the room.
Fabak's.
Should we sing for her in absentia?
Let's sing for her. You are recording it. We'll send her the recording.
Yeah, we'll send her the recording. Yes, we'll send it to her. I will also share the recording of this meeting on the platforms now. So, 1, 2, 3, go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you, Tolu. Happy birthday
to you. Let's go once again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday
to you, Baba.
Happy
birthday to you.
We wish you many happy returns of the day. Long life and
prosperity.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray.
Hip,
Here
hip,
is our cake and drink.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray.
It's only virtual cake that you eat, class captain.
She cannot give me virtual cake. We are in Lagos together. I trust her. You can accept virtual cake. Me, I won't accept virtual cake.
Even me, myself, I will not accept virtual cake. She will have to DHL my cake to Abuja. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being there for us all the time. We are highly appreciated, sir.
Thank you very much, ma. Have a wonderful rest of the day, ma.
Wish you the same, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.